it's said that as of 2021, we've had 95% of the schools in the world going online, which is huge. And this figure refers to learners enrolled at pre-primary, primary, lower secondary, upper secondary levels of education, as well as tertiary education levels, source UNESCO. And we're talking about the current year in progress. 1.38 billion, which is huge if you look at it. And where were we? Now, a lot of you here are researchers, and I know researchers love statistics. I'm also a researcher. I love statistics. I believe only in data. Look at the way education is adapting. And I'll tell you what, Africa is the next country to watch, or the continent to watch. The amount of work that's happening in Africa in terms of internet and technology moving and e-learning moving is big time. They may not be as far as where we are, but they're pretty big. We are, in terms of learning capacities right now, much more advanced than any country in the world. I think we are second to United States right now in terms of the amount of content that we churn and the kind of e-learning portals. In fact, I can say this with confidence that in the commercial e-learning space, the number of Indian tech educators who are using international platforms to deliver training, big time. Look at YouTube. Number of teachers on YouTube who have created content and are moving content, amazing. So that's the way it's moving. Any questions here?
So,
Yes.
excuse me. So, may I say something?
Please.
It is not a question, but it is just I'm Elvira. I'm from Goa,
Yes.
and the government of Goa launched a DHE portal which was called Distavo,
Okay.
where we had to record videos, and it was uploaded on the platform for on a DHE portal for students to refer. So there's
Okay.
a content with regard to the videos. There are notes which are uploaded, glossary, references, web links, everything is uploaded for the students. So it's a huge step taken by the government to aid the students during the pandemic.
Yes, ma'am. And are you liking it?
Yes, it was a bit stressful initially when we started it off because we were not used to recording videos and we had to stand in front of a camera and deliver a lecture. So it was a totally different experience. But with subsequent recordings, it became easier. And we recorded about at least, if I can share this with you, I have recorded at least 16 videos
Wow.
from first year till the third year, the portion that we
Madam, the advantage you have given your students, they cannot rewind you in class, but they can rewind you on the video.
that's what.
And a lot of students who are introverted don't like to tell their teacher that I didn't understand something.
True.
On the video, we beat that paradigm. If the student doesn't understand something, because one of the researchers says that a lot of brilliant professors tend to talk very fast in the class. Not all, a lot. And then students can't really ask the professor to rewind because in our culture, it is insulting to tell a teacher to rewind. But what you have actually done, and this is a great message that you're giving to everybody here on this call today, that once you are there on the video, not only the student can rewind you, the student listens to you with much more care, and the final input to you, madam, which I am sure you already know and everybody knows, they can share your videos with their friends.
True.
Madam, you are one academician who has already reached the corners of the world without knowing that you've reached the corners of the world.
My God.
And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. When I got into this digital world, I was not aware how many lives I was transforming. But today, when I go to a restaurant, or I go to the mall, or I'm at the airport, people come and tell me they're consuming my videos. Like somebody, like sir was saying, he's called me here because he listened to one podcast of mine. Now imagine what we are doing to people. So thank you so much, madam, that you've gone the video way. In fact, as we proceed in this, you will find a lot more opportunities. I also like your input that you're giving to people. Doing your first video is like learning to learn a bicycle when we were children.
Absolutely true.
But once we mastered the two wheels and we can balance ourselves, videos actually cut down our teaching time. Your videos can be precursors to your lecture. Your video can be a revision of your lecture, but your video definitely is a great revision before the student appears for the exam. That's when the student is stressed out. And imagine if you were to give that student the entire curriculum in form of video, which he or she can rehearse before going to the exam. They're going to be so much in love with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So, taking on from what you said, thank you for intuitively bringing this point in. Look at this. Teaching and learning before technology, learning was strictly through individual based courses. That means there was one great teacher and one great class. And that's where the course was happening. The teacher has stipulated time because obviously for us as teachers, our biggest constraint is time. We do one class a day in terms of that particular class for that particular hour for that particular class. But now what you're doing is once you create a virtual class, it's 24/7. It's a teacher-centered approach. Now what are we doing? We are taking it beyond the teacher. So the teacher is the pivotal point for sure, but with the kind of content and the kind of experience that you can create on the entire portal of yours, it can be phenomenal. In fact, the government is also taking steps to constantly augment the technology on the portal. And it's a single mode of instruction. We're talking, we're giving them caseworks, we're asking them to submit our assignments. That's it. But look at what teaching and learning with technology is doing. Collaborative learning is now possible. That means you can create small rooms where students can come together, collaborate. And the best part is we don't have to do any policing. The analytics tells us which student logged in, what time, what did the student do, what did the student not do, and those are the kind of analytics that are available. Now, I'm currently teaching design thinking in certain business schools. I've developed specialization courses on design thinking. And what I have done is I have created also a complete module of design thinking on my e-learning portal. Plus the college is giving me their portal where all the projects and everything the students are doing in a collaborative mode. It's a student-centered approach. It's no longer a teacher-centered approach. It's about the student. We are democratizing the entire learning process. Earlier, it was not democratized. When it was a teacher-centered approach, what were we doing? The teacher was in control of the entire knowledge. The student had to wait for the teacher to come to the college. Now, this is a student-centered approach. We've democratized digital content completely. We're giving it away to them, and it is on the go. They can listen to it whenever they want. They can sit under the tree, and they can go through our entire content. It is differentiated mode of instruction. That means you have plethora of different elements on the content available. You can blog, that means you can write, you can have your own manuals, you have your videos, you have your audios, massive stuff that is going on. So that's the primary difference. Now, are teachers losing control? No, you're not losing control. You are now going borderless, which means, let us say if there is a student of yours who says, this teacher of mine who's teaching history is amazing. You won't find a teacher like that. Now, the poor fellow there in a remote place may not have an access to a great teacher for whatever reasons. Now, with the reference of your digital content, the student learns faster. So we're actually creating a lot of remote students, and we're not even aware of that. This is the main difference between the before the technology and with technology. Any questions on this slide? Okay, I'll move to the next slide. Metaverse is the way ahead. We're talking about the changing phase of education. Metaverse is on the way now. Metaverse combines multiple elements and facets of technology. It has virtual reality, augmented reality, video, where you and me live within the digital universe. What does that mean? It means that we are entering, and by the way, I'm not talking Star Wars, I'm not talking sci-fi. The technology is now coming into play where each one of you on this call, you will have your own holographs, your digital avatars who will be interacting in a three-dimensional space, something what I've done on the left-hand side of the slide. If you see, it's a flower emerging in a 3D space. You and me will be available in the 3D space. The students can enter with their holographs in that 3D space, and you can imagine the learning is happening live there. That means the student is sitting on a laptop here, you're sitting on your laptop, or maybe it's your video, and now the student and you enter a virtual college, a virtual classroom, and you're interacting there. It is like transportation, it is like teletransportation that we're talking about. Also, in the realm of the augmented reality and virtual reality, what's going to happen is, like Madam said, she has developed a video. The same video, Madam, you will soon realize you will be able to convert it into a digitally active video where students can interact with your video, which means there will be chat bots which will back up your video. These would even be live holographs of your available on the video, and questions that students ask, those questions will be machine learned and the answers will be given. Can you believe this? Professors will be available for questions and answers 24 by 7. We all know young students normally learn when we sleep. Now imagine they have a holograph of yours who is not sleeping at all, and that holograph of yours is available for interaction. Isn't it an amazing world that we're entering? Any question right now on the initial input of metaverse? Okay, let me move ahead. This is going to be the most important slide for all of you, and I invite a lot of questions from all of you because this is the heart of what we want to do. I'm going to go by the sequence on the top left. You as faculties can create your own ebooks very easily. You don't need a publishing house anymore. You have publishing softwares available which convert your manuscripts, which are written in normal Word format, into either Kindle ebooks, if you want to bring them through Amazon, or simple ebooks that you can put on your portal. Publishing a book is the easiest thing to do now. In fact, the book that I published, I didn't even have to contact any publisher. I knew that the book is something that I wanted to write. It was my area of passion. I wrote that book and I uploaded it on Kindle, and that's how it went. So all your manuscripts, all your notes, if you have not already converted it into digital form, please do that. If you have, go ahead, upload it in a digital publication software, and within a couple of seconds or possibly milliseconds, you will have a great book of yours coming out. I would recommend, I mean, I'm not marketing any product here, but I use Canva extensively. In fact, this presentation has been made on Canva. Canva allows you to make books. Microsoft also has in their Word ability to create books. If you're using an Apple, you can create books. So books. So that means your books are now available on the digital portal. There is a link provided to the students. If you want to permit a download, you can permit a download. I don't permit a download because I'm commercial. I control my IP. A link can be provided. They have that link on their phone or they have the link on their laptop. The digital book opens in front of them. They read through the book and they can take notes, they can highlight, they can do whatever, they can interact with the book. So are we going to do away with physical libraries? Well, I love the feel of the book. I love the smell of the paper. Maybe I'm old school, though I'm talking about digital content here. I don't think books will replace the digital content. The libraries will be there, but there will be digital libraries also